He was young and all muscle, with no hair to speak of, when I first saw him play for the Leafs.
Miles Gilbert thought that someday he would become a hockey player, but never did he think that he would be remembered because of coffee.
Miles Gilbert, also known as Tim Horton, famous hockey player. He was born in Cochrane, Ontario, the 12th of January, 1930. He died in St. Catharines, Ontario, the 17th of February, 1974. Horton is known for both his coffee franchise, Tim Hortons, and his career as a hockey player.
Horton first learned to play hockey at age 5 while living in Quebec. At 15, Horton and his family moved to Sudbury, where he played for the Northern Ontario Hockey Association in 1946.
A year later, he was awarded a scholarship to attend St. Michael's College. He began playing on their college team, a farm team for the Toronto Maple Leafs, and made the Leafs reserve list in 1947.
Smith offered him a 3-year contract to play with the Pittsburgh Hornets, the Leafs' American League farm club. He began his rookie season with the Leafs, playing for the team until 1970.
A year later, the Pittsburgh Penguins signed him.
He eventually signed with Pittsburgh and played for them until 1972, when he was again traded into another intra-league draft to the Buffalo Sabres. Horton was signed with the Sabres when he died in 1974.
And I have with me a fellow that's certainly going to be given serious consideration for the Conn Smythe Trophy, Tim Horton. Tim, you had 2 wonderful series.
Oh, they turned out beautiful anyway, Ward.
Well, you've been on a lot of cups and you played a lot of hockey. Tim, are you detached from it all, or do you get emotionally involved?
Oh, it's pretty hard not to get emotionally involved when you're in the Stanley Cup like this. This is, I think, the ultimate. When you're a hockey player, this is what you live for.
Driving home to Buffalo after a game in Toronto, Horton lost control of his Pantera sports car and was killed when the car exceeded 160 kilometers an hour on the QEW highway near St. Catharines.
As expected, Tim Horton's funeral drew a large crowd, too large to be crammed into Oriel York Mills United Church.
Horton's lasting legacy after his death was coffee as much as hockey. During the 1960s, Horton established a little coffee and donut shop, then known as Tim Hortons, just like nowadays.
That became a well-established Canadian franchise over the next 40 years. His first coffee and donut shop on Ottawa Street in Hamilton, Ontario.
The shop was an enormous success. Horton decided to expand it into a franchise. Ron Joyce and Horton were full partners in that time. In 1974, the year of Horton's death, Joyce started the philanthropic Tim Hortons Children's Foundation.
Currently, there are over 2,500 Tim Horton franchises across Canada.
While Horton's most enduring popular legacy is his coffee and donut franchise, he has also been both remembered and recognized for his contribution to the Leafs during his over 20-year tenure with the team.
During his career, Horton played on 4 Stanley Cup teams, was an All-Star player 6 times, and was honored in 1969 with the J.P. Bickle Memorial Cup. In 1977, he was inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame.
I love a toasted plain bagel with extra cream cheese, a trail mix cookie and 2 herbal teas, some Timbits for my friends. Scratches, drinks, I forgot my Depends. I'll have a bottle of water and a nice cap. I only got a 10, take the water from a tap. You don't take debit card.